Hello, hello, and welcome back to Teaching Tai Chi with Purpose. In this instructor development series, we're looking at 9 research-informed insights that can help us support our students more effectively, especially older adults coming to Tai Chi for balance, mobility, stress reduction, confidence to maintain their independence, and better overall health. In the last video, we talked about insight number 7, the adaptation phase, and how students can learn to adapt instead of abandoning the practice. Today, we're moving into insight number 8. And a quick note before we jump in here. If you've been following along with that ATCQA slide deck, you may notice a small numbering typo around this section. I think the slide actually says number 9, the results gap, but based on the table of contents and the flow of the presentation, this one is actually number 8, the consistency factor. Why practice and progression matter more than style. And again, don't tell the boss I said that, all right? But this one is really important because in the Tai Chi world, it's easy to get caught up in style, yang style, chin style, sun style, short form, long form, 24 form, 108. And all those distinctions can be meaningful. Tradition matters, lineage matters, form matters. But when we're talking about health outcomes, especially for older adults, the research summary points us toward something very practical. Results depend more on consistency and progression than on style. That's a very helpful teaching point because many students worry about whether or not they're learning the right form, or they want to keep collecting new movements, or they assume that progress means learning something more advanced. But for most students, the bigger question should not be, which style am I doing? The bigger question should be, am I practicing consistently, safely, and with purpose? That's where the big benefits really begin to grow. And what can we do with this as instructors? Well, here's the teaching opportunity. Help students value refinement more than novelty. A simple cue here might be, don't chase more movements, get more benefit from the movements you already know. That can be a very powerful reframing because students often feel like they need the next thing, the next sequence, the next form, the next level. But sometimes the next level is hidden inside the movement they already know. A familiar movement like repulse the monkey can become a balance drill, a breathing practice, a posture lesson, a coordination challenge, a mindful practice, a strength and endurance exercise. Same movement, more depth. That's progression. A simple class application here is to revisit familiar movements with a new focus. For this round, refine the weight shift. For this round, make the transition smoother. For this round, notice where the movement begins, where the movement ends. That kind of teaching helps students understand that repetition is not boring when attention is alive. It also helps them feel progress without consistently adding complexity. And for our older adults, that matters because too much novelty can become overwhelming. But familiar movements practiced with increasing clarity can build confidence. They can help students feel successful. They can make the practice more approachable, and they can create real change over time. Here's a simple self-practice invitation. At home, choose one movement you already know. Practice it for 2 or 3 minutes with one focus, smoother weight shifts, easier breathing, better posture, something like that. It's practical, it's doable, and it reinforces the idea that progress does not always mean adding more. Sometimes progress means practicing better. So the small shift with the big impact here: help students deepen before they expand. More movements, more styles, more complexity, not always better. Consistent, progressive, purposeful practice is what helps Tai Chi become transformative. And that's the heart of insight number 8. The key takeaway of this ATCQA presentation reminds us that Tai Chi becomes most effective when practiced consistently and with purpose. Train movement, breath, and awareness together. Challenge balance and coordination appropriately, and adapt movements to your own body. When students learn to deepen practice instead of simply adding to the practice, they begin to use Tai Chi more fully. And that's how great instructors turn gentle movement into measurable transformation. So, if this sparked any ideas for your own practice, or if you have any questions about how to apply it, share it in the comments down below. And stay tuned for the next video where we look at insight number 9, the results gap, and why some students experience the full benefits of Tai Chi and others leave those benefits on the table. I'm Dr. Dave McCann. Thanks for watching. Cheers.